What's up, y'all? Welcome to Sing Sew Repeat. I'm Mary Sarah. This week I've got 2 makes for you and a thrift flip. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and dive right into the set. So the reason I made the matching set is because I was doing a pattern test for the same company I did the trousers for, the Compton trousers. This is a company in the UK called Bobbins and Buttons, and they do really great beginner-friendly patterns. At least these 2 that I have made are very beginner-friendly. This is a waistcoat. It's not released yet. If it's not released by the time this video goes up, I will post in the community tab, and I'll put the post there and the link so you can have access to it. But right now it's not released. Because I was doing a pattern test for that and I had enough fabric, I also decided to do another pair of pants. Me and my pants journey. But I still wanted something easy. So that's why I decided to do a set. Since I was already testing a pattern, I was like, you know what, let's make something to go with it. Okay, so I'll talk about the vest second, because first I'm gonna talk about the pair of pants. And the pants pattern I chose was McCall's 7786. Now, you've probably seen this floating around now. I got this like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. I don't remember. This is when Hobby Lobby did that $2.99 sale. And I did a little mini thrift haul reel over on Instagram. And I had never seen this pattern before, and I got it because of View B, which I talked about on there, which is this one here. Because on my journey of pants making, the oranges pants that I made, which was such a saga, I really didn't like how blousy the top was. So when I saw this, and it's an elastic back but with a flat front, and I had recently made a skirt that was those same features, I really loved how it fit. So it was just a cleaner line, cleaner silhouette. And so I was really attracted to this one. And then a week or so later, I see C from We See Style here on YouTube, and she's over on Instagram. She was talking about it, and then she saw Mimi G make this up recently. So this pattern is making its rounds, and from 2018. So I really wasn't interested in any of the other views. I just love a very classic silhouette. So that's what I was looking at here. And this one, it talks about having an overlay, but I just wasn't interested in it. I really wanted like a trouser type pant and something that I can work with to kind of keep creating like my base as far as like the upper part for pants. So that's what I did. And I really ended up liking this one. Now the fabric I chose, here are the pants. And just wait till you see these 2 together. Oh my word, it's so cute. So the fabric for this, I got on the first fabric haul video I did when I was talking about the mystery bundle that I got from Fabric Mart Fabrics. I also ordered this when I ordered the mystery bundle, and it's just a poly crepe, but you can see that texture there. It was so hard to cut. Oh my goodness gracious. And not great to work with. But I think it was only like $2 a yard or something. So I was like, you know, I'm going to get this because I do love crepe, polyester or otherwise. I really wanted something like this. It kind of felt like a suiting a little bit, you know, so it has a really nice flow and drape, but it's very sturdy. Okay, so a couple of things with these pants. If you look closely, it's horrifying. I mean, where's the top stitching I did over here? Because I was just done. I was so done. And it's really my fault. So this pattern, okay, let's just get into the details. I sewed up a size 14 and I did View B. The thing I did was I shortened the leg, which I kind of regret doing, let me just pull one out here. Sorry, I should have taken notes, but you know what? That's pretty par for me. I shortened it by, 3 inches. I shortened it by 3 inches. The length was going to be 42 inches, and I just thought that was going to be too long. But here's what I'm going to do next time. Maybe if I shorten it I'll do it by 1 inch. So I have a little bit of room to play with the length on it, because now I think it's too short. And there's a couple reasons for that. I do think possibly I made it a little bit too big because the hip line measurement is 43 and I'm a 40. So I think I would have liked it, I think a little bit more fitted. So I could probably go down to possibly the 12. And then the fabric is really heavy. So it does like kind of sink down a little bit. So where I want it to sit, it's just too short, I think. It's just like an awkward short. Anyway, okay. While I was sewing this up, I cut the, you guys, the patience you have with me as I talk through this, I mean, thank you. So this is the front, and I just put it up against some other pants that I had. And what I did was I cut along the line of the 6 instead of going down to the 14. And I think I really should have just gone down to the 14 because I'm noticing that my butt is full and low, but also I have full thighs as well. So as I'm doing this, it's too tight, of course. And I didn't do any footage of this. I'm just gonna talk you through it. But as I'm doing all the fitting, I did the back how it was supposed to be, but I did have to take this in here, which I did very crudely after the fact. So this is like my wearable toile that, please don't look too closely at it. So I did have to pull in a little bit here just to, and I need to finish doing that up here just to make it look a little bit neater. And then as I'm trying these on, before I put on the waistband on the front, I'm like, oh my word, this is gonna be too short. It's gonna be, or the waist is gonna be too low. I'm not gonna like the rise. And so, brilliant me, I decide, I'm like, well, let me just make the seam allowances shorter up here and like lengthen this part. Well then, you know, it doesn't match the inch size back. So I made a lot of mistakes on this one and definitely regret that. You know, the way I ended up doing this was like, let me just lengthen this, but then I end up gusseting this because I really did need like a deeper rise in the front, and I think to adjust for a fuller thigh. What I did was when I put the gusset in, this is like nightmare fabric to put a gusset in because the oranges pants was way easier. It was just like a silky type, like a charmeuse, I think. So this is like super thick, bad idea, you know, it's fine. We learn from our mistakes, okay? So I put this in, but I think this part is too long and then this part is too big. So I think it makes the pant a little bit too flowy, like in the upper leg and crotch area. And like even overall, I just think it works, but I kind of want to try it in something that's not as heavy. Even though crepe is one of the fabrics, I kind of want to try it in something that's not as heavy, just to see how it's going to flow. And maybe overall, if the legs are just a little bit too wide, and maybe I don't really like that. Oh, I love, love, love these pockets. That was another reason why I bought this, because I hate side seam pockets. I hate them. They don't look good. I'm fuller in the hips and everything is just awkward and like kind of pulls open. And I love the way this pocket lays right here on the side seams. I feel like you can't really see it very good. But see that, like this is the side seam and it just cuts in right here. I love it. And you know, I saw recently on Today in Jen's Sewing Room, she was talking about taking a pattern that has this style and how to adapt it to other pants patterns that have like side seam pockets or something. And I never thought of doing that. So I'm so glad. It's like after I bought this, I saw that and I'm like, wonderful, because I really do love this style. I don't like side seam pockets, but this one, I just love it. So I'm glad to have that video saved so that I can go back to it and reference it when I do want to change pockets moving forward. Overall on this one, very, very easy. I had just got done making that Easy Does It skirt by Pattern Emporium. So I had just done this technique of a flat front and an elastic back as far as like how they meet. So yeah, really easy. I will definitely make these again, and I'm gonna make a shorts pair, okay? I'm gonna make a shorts pair and just cut it exactly. And I'm really terrible about going back in and adjusting pattern pieces for what I realized like needs to be changed. But I did it on the Butterick 6137, the jeans, the checkered pants that I just made. I went in and last night I did it so that next time I can, when I cut it out, I'm really confident that it's gonna be the fit I already know that I want. Only thing on these that kind of bugs me that I will next time, like I said, I will just make sure they're longer, because I think the length being that awkward, shorter length, I just don't think it works with how wide the legs are and how heavy the fabric is. So I think if they were longer, it wouldn't just be flapping around as much. So there's that. The waistcoat, I don't know what she's gonna call this yet because it's not released, like I said, but it was a super easy waistcoat pattern. Here's the vest. Did it in the same fabric. She has an option for ties if you want to do that, but I really didn't, that wasn't the vision that I was going for with this. So I did want something that was just kind of loose and open, but it's also reversible too. So the only thing I haven't finished is closing the seam. So that's always the last thing I do, if I end up doing it at all. This one was very easy. I also had done something recently. I think something I made recently for my girls had a lining like this. And so, you know, it's just funny how your skills build on each other. It's like you do it once and then you get back to it again. You're like, oh, I know what I'm doing now. So this was great though. She has options that she made like mock-ups of like denim and then like a really fun contrasting piece in here. But see how flowy this is? I love that. I really wanted something that wasn't stiff, that was just flowy and was just like this really pretty brown that could go with a lot of things. So I think in this one, I made the size 12 and I didn't adjust it at all. I thought about going up to the 14, but this one, it doesn't fit oversized. I think it fits very nice. Not too tight, but not, you know, not fitted either. And I like the length on it too. I'll definitely show pictures and video like I always do. Really very straightforward with this one. Next time I could see, depending on the fabric, I could see adding ties. But yeah, just a great simple little piece. Great one to have in your wardrobe if you like just clean lines like this, like just very simple and clean, but looks really, really sharp and very chic. Love that. The thrift flip, if you remember this one, we were talking about, I shortened the sleeves on this one and I didn't end up chopping it off. I was so back and forth on this. I really liked how it was the shirt tail hemline. So I ended up just kind of redrawing the shirt tail hemline and just shortening it just a little bit, but I don't really know if I like that. I've worn it already and it's so comfortable because it's a viscose and it's like a thicker viscose too, but not heavy, but it feels so luxurious and delightful. So I like the shorter sleeves. I'm just really debating, like, do I cut it off and make it something that goes with like high-waisted stuff? Yeah, I'm excited to kind of maybe figure this out, maybe cut it off more. I don't know. Oh, something I got this week that I wanted to mention. I know we all have our different ways of storing our patterns. I, for one, started storing them in gallon-sized Ziploc bags, which is kind of a nightmare. So last year, I think I got the snap closure clear plastic bags, and then I got a couple zipper bags as well. And I was running out. I'm still storing some in the Ziploc bags, which is just awful. So I ran out of other envelope bags that I had, and so I put an order in on Amazon for the same kind, I thought, and oh my word. The quality of these, I got 32 a pack. The quality of these compared to the other ones I have, these are the other ones I have, listen. And this is this one. I mean, little ASMR for you, but it's such a difference. I mean, these just sound so horrible and cheap, which I thought when I got these, I'm like, yeah, these are great. And then I picked up this one. I'm like, whoa, this is so sturdy. So I'm really excited about these. So if you're looking for something like this, I have these linked below if you would like to store your patterns like this, or I mean, I guess anything else. But if you're interested, they're linked. I also use these, which I don't use these for patterns. I like to put, this one I have my interfacing in. So like they're really easy to like squish together. I put works in progress, stuff that I'm just like, you know what, I'm not ready to finish this. I need to move on. Or like little stuff that's like an alteration or something, I'll put in these. But I love this one because I have my interfacing in this, which I use, especially in my scraps. I find stuff to use for that all the time. But I just wanted to share this with you. I also have these linked. So if you're looking for anything like that, check out those in the description. Thanks so much for watching this week. I know I probably rambled a lot, but I was trying to turn this one out this week because it's been a hectic time for us. But I was really trying to turn this one out this week. Normally I film on Sundays and it's Saturday, and this is the day that at least I think I know I can get this done. We have a lot going on in our life right now, which I will give you an update later when I can. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you for being along with me on this journey, sharing all your thoughts. Don't forget to give it a like if you did enjoy this video, if you made it this far. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.